Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of the Analyst Desk. You know who it is, even though you can't see me. You can just see this image that makes me want to cry as a Canadian. We're here for the post-game show, joined by some phenomenal people. When I say phenomenal people, like, these people are the type of people that I just love to see because I see them very often. It's Mr. More for Your Money.
Woo!
You can tell that's a woo that's been awake since 7:30 this morning. And the man with many names.
No,
It's
not
Adam.
many names. One name. One name.
Steve.
Adam. No,
And it's
one
Frank.
name, Jacob. No, it's one name. It's one name. As I'll keep repeating, it's one name.
Oh, man. Adam, let me
The
have
man of
my
one
fun.
name.
Me is sad.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Tough loss for Team Canada today. And we got to get right into the comment section actually here.
Do we have to?
Fun Fish. Congratulations, USA. Won a game. What a game. No other words than this hurts. And tough loss. But obviously, we should have started off by saying congratulations to the States. They made the play.
Well, we don't have to say that. We don't have to say that, I'll say congratulations to Connor Hellebuyck and Austin Matthews because those are the only two players I'll congratulate.
Connor Hellebuyck played actually.
Congratulate the two brothers. Actually, I'll congratulate the Hughes brothers. The other two brothers, I'm not going to congratulate either one of them.
And Alex, I got to agree with you. Pain.
Yeah.
And we could go on about officiating, which I've already seen a lot of. Yeah, hella fraud is no more. I got to agree with you there, Alex.
Here's the $1 million question.
2 save percentage. Like, that's insane.
Hellebuyck was insane. Like, this game,
so good.
Let's be honest. If Connor Hellebuyck did not play up to par, this game would have been a blowout. And no disrespect to the States when I say that. But Canada had chance after chance after chance. Nathan McKinnon's going to be having nightmares like heavy rain when they find the origami figure in his hand every time thinking about that empty net goal.
Well, I have a gas-o-ass $1 million question here.
We just got to get through a couple comments quick,
yeah,
and then we'll get through. Yeah, actually, I thought Brady Tkachuk was relatively quiet, but welcome back to the desk.
Yeah, he did not have a good. Neither of the Tkachuk brothers, except for Matthew slamming McCarr's head into the boards. No, I didn't really do
myself.
Else. That's the problem with 3-on-3.
Yeah, I really want to get into the 3-on-3 goal, but he played a hell of a game. The team played well, but Dan, we'll get to your gasser ass right now.
So Adam said it right off the show here. Congratulations to Connor Hellebuyck, which I agree with. I thought he played incredible. I think Captain Underpants did, but what Captain Underpants does is skate up and down 200 feet and hope for the best. I don't think he did.
He had an assist. He had an assist.
Simple him. I could have assisted that goal too. Anyway, ahead, my point is,
you're already rage baiting.
We have Connor Hellebuyck, who won gold for America finally, chokes every time he puts on a Canadian Winnipeg Jets jersey. We have Captain Underpants that did nothing, one goal for his country, chokes every time he put on a Maple Leaf. We have Brady Tkachuk. Yeah, Brady Tkachuk. I had the two mixed up. That did nothing and chokes every time he puts on a Canadian Ottawa Senator jersey. Gas-o-ass, these Americans that play for Canadian franchises care more about their country, more about winning a gold medal than they do winning a Stanley Cup of Canada.
I disagree because, I'll put it this way. Wait. Okay, why are you booing me?
I'm booing Dan. I don't even need to speak. Okay. I have sound effects. Dan, I could answer your entire gas or ass with sound effects.
Why can't I answer?
Not true.
Gosh. Okay, can I answer mine now?
He's an idiot.
Can I answer now? No?
I'm done.
Wow, you just called me an idiot. You called me an idiot.
Call me an idiot.
Jacob just called me an idiot. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say I disagree because I feel like, and I've said this before because I hate these types of debates, and I only hate it because it's stupid to me to say that these guys don't care or the effort's not there. If you're going to debate between a team and the nation's always going to win because, of course, players are going to give the extra percentage when they're playing for their country because they're playing with national pride on the line. Like, there's a difference. Like, and I don't think a lot of people even like see this. There's a difference between being paid to play and then playing for your nation, in which you have the only thing on the line is your pride for your nation. Like that's the only thing that was on the line today. That and the gold. That's what you wanted. None of the players were getting paid to play at the Olympics. They don't get paid to be there. They get paid by their NHL franchises. They don't get paid to play in these tournaments. Like, there's a difference. I don't agree.
Matthews happy.
Yeah, I only disagree with this because I think Matthews, I think Brady, I think on some level Brady Tkachuk cares when he plays for Ottawa. I don't think he goes out there and just plays his style of hockey because he doesn't care. Nobody doesn't care if you're going to throw the body around the way Brady Tkachuk skates around the ice like with a chicken with his head cut off. Like nobody plays that style of hockey unless they care. Like that's my thing. Like I think they care, but it's just like I think there's a different level of care. Like there's a different level of care when you're playing for your national team. I think, but I disagree with the fact that they don't care when they play.
I would say maybe in some ways you care more, because you could say the exact same thing about some of these Canadian players. When do you see Nathan McKinnon being the most physical guy on the ice for Colorado? You don't, right? So it's
Nathan McKinnon won the Stanley Cup.
In the comment section, it's very mixed, right? We have some donkeys. We're saying, Dan, that it's not true. Wilder's giving it a good old gas, which, by the way, if you need to get gas in Ontario, wait at night because it's cheaper at night. Yeah. Alex, who I've known Alex for years, him and Dan don't agree on much, but says he agrees. Wonder if this changes the narrative. But he's saying by change the narrative. I'm curious, Alex, if you're still around, explain more. Do you mean change the narrative as maybe Hellebuyck and Matthews start to get it done for their teams now that
that's a possibility too?
It in the big moment.
That's a possibility.
Because, like, hella fraud, I don't think you can say that anymore, right?
No, he played phenomenal.
Absolutely. It was nice to see Austin Matthews looking happy.
Do you know how I know Matthews isn't a good hockey player? He still has all his teeth.
He is. I just said to him, he's a good dentist.
I'm kidding.
But Wilder, and this is a conversation we were having, not so much of Schaefer, but I did say I wonder if they had Scheifele and Bedard, maybe the 3-on-3. Just hear me out. Maybe the 3-on-3, you're not playing McCarr, McDavid, and McKinnon for basically the entire first 3 minutes. And it is an issue when you don't have as much depth, right? You built the bottom six to basically hit and defend. But then in a 3-on-3 situation, you basically can't use your bottom six.
Exactly.
But we have still a lot more comments here. Then I want to get into that. I want to talk about the game-winning goal more. But I think Canada played as good as they could. I think, You know what, Fun Fish? I got to agree with you. I thought Connor Hellebuyck looked absolutely phenomenal. And by the way, I've already seen people on social media saying Jordan Binnington sucks. I think that's insane.
Oh, I agree.
That overtime should have been over on the 3-on-2 situation where Hellebuyck absolutely robbed Hughes on the one-timer. I thought both Binnington and Hellebuyck played phenomenal.
They did, yeah, 100%.
Lane, I can't agree with you there. I think it's just other countries have just improved, but I wouldn't say Canada hockey is dying. I mean,
I think Lane has a point, and not because of the loss today, but Hockey Canada has really suffered since the whole debacle in the World Junior situation. And don't forget, there's all one company, okay? And I don't know if dying is the right word, but I think they have to reevaluate a few things. I think they have to do a guards.
So Dan,
Coke Zero. That's all I know.
That's right.
Kid hockey is dying. I think the word you use, which is like just rethinking.
Interesting take.
About things, but I don't think. I will say this: I thought they put together. This roster was a gold medal winning roster. Like, let's not that get.
Well, it's good enough to get it done.
But there is, so it is then, Jacob, a gold medal. It's enough to get it done. And I think the problem is not Hockey Canada. And I think it's Hockey Ontario, Hockey Quebec. It's the provincial hockey that is a big issue. Like hockey, like Quebec churned out a lot of big stars, including a lot of goalies for Canada.
Yeah.
They've churned out a lot of those, but hockey in Quebec is dying.
Mm-hmm.
You can say that because the Q is a great league.
Yeah.
But like there's no talent, none of the big end talent, not a lot of big end talent is coming out of Quebec anymore. Like
True.
you see it by the fact that there was no Quebecois players on this Canadian team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that doesn't happen very often. You don't see that happen a lot where you see, I think, which is of course, it being a provincial thing can also, you could say it's a Hockey Canada issue because Hockey Canada is in charge of hockey in Canada. But like, I think the provinces have to be better. Like they have to figure out what's going wrong there. Like I think it's even like things have to be better. I think a big part is hockey needs to be more affordable. Which is, if that's something that Hockey Canada controls, if that's something the federal government controls, they need to figure out a way to make hockey cheaper because this is a sport. It's still a big sport here in Canada. But a big reason why nobody plays goalie is because it's so expensive to play as a goalie in hockey. A lot of players move away from it the older they get because it's just too expensive to keep up with. All the equipment, it's just so expensive.
Now, I mean, the interesting take on that is, you do wonder then, though, will you start to see, if you're saying the government gets involved, does the government put more money into university hockey to try to give another outlet where, like, the players can still get their education like they get in the States, but then still get more development? Because I think what happens is in Canada, I think the big issue is the CHL is not good for the players that are, like, developing in a lot of ways. And hear me out here, and then we got a lot of comments we got to get to, so I apologize.
Tons of comments. Thank you, everyone. Great comments.
But you look in America, right? When you're at a certain level, you're getting a scholarship to get your education as well. And Hockey USA works very closely with NCAA. And I know Hockey Canada works very closely with the CHL, but these players get like $50 in a ham sandwich. They're not getting nearly as much bang for their buck as they are in the States. So in the States, you're getting it where, you know, you're doing more. Even the high school level in the States is bigger. Maybe we need to do more in Canada at a state of the high school and the university level, I would say in sports in general, because I don't find, besides the basketball, we're not pumping out as many superstars in leagues anymore as we were years ago. But I mean, especially the goaltending position, it's a very interesting take. But where were we last on?
I think the last comment you didn't put up was about the one about blaming Connor McDavid in overtime. Oh, maybe wait a minute. No, it was Lanes in Hockey Canada was dying. That's the last one you had up. So the next one is Alex. There you go.
Yes, mentality. So he's bringing back the mentality question, and it will be interesting to see, do we see a shift potentially?
Well, like I think the bigger issue is the women's side. I think that's the big issue because, mind you guys, the Women's Worlds is happening soon because the Women's Worlds happens before the men's. I'm wondering if this, like, I think it's more so women's hockey that needs the flip of the switch more than the men's side. I think outside of World Juniors, so not the World Juniors, but the men's, I think they made, outside of a couple players I wouldn't have taken, like, just my opinion, of course. But like outside of that, I just think they put together the best roster that they thought could win gold, and they nearly did, of course. I think the biggest switch, I want to see them go younger on the women's side for the Women's Worlds. I'll be interested to see if they've learned their lesson, or if I still think personally, I think the GM and the coach for Hockey Canada, who, mind you, are the GM and coach of the Toronto Raptors and the PWHL, both need to be fired from their jobs with Hockey Canada, because those two, they're the reason that this team is where it's at currently. Like, the women's team is just so old at this point. Like, they're not bringing in the new blood that they should have this Olympics. And whether that's their fault, I think that is their fault. So they should lose their jobs. No matter what happens at the Women's Worlds, like, Nurse shouldn't have been on the roster. And Sarah Nurse is a great player, but she barely played before the Olympics. They played 4 or 5 games right before the Olympics. She shouldn't have even been on the roster. She was injured when the rosters were announced.
You have to bring Sarah Nurse, though, because she's at whoever's right along. Women's hockey needs
she's a big player, yeah.
And Sarah Nurse is that big name you can market, right?
For
so
sure.
Yeah, but Dan, that's the issue. Yeah, but Dan, that's the issue.
I know it's an issue.
You see that's the issue with hockey, and that's the issue with a lot of sports, is that players get brought for marketing purposes, but it's
the wrong reasons.
Like, I think Sarah Nurse is a phenomenal player, and I think that she deserved to come to the Olympics, but not if you're going to base it off of but she was hurt. That's my issue with it.
Yeah,
is that heading into the tournament though? My biggest issue is 3 weeks before the tournament started, they were saying that Sarah Nurse might only be going just to be there because of her experience, and I'm like, if you're going to bring her, but you're not even planning on playing her, like that's a joke.
Yeah, for sure.
Like she plays for Vancouver.
See if Nurse and Marie-Philippe Poulin are both
back.
Yeah. But interesting here comment I really want to get to, and I really want to break down this overtime goal. By the way, we cannot show the goal. I know NHL will show blimps of highlights. Olympics, you can get in trouble for sharing a picture that you took of your TV. That is how strict they are with Olympic coverage. So the overtime goal, I'm actually, if I'm going to put blame on someone, which I mean, it was a defensive breakdown. Both goals the state scored were off Canadian mistakes. Yeah. And that goal, in my opinion, and you guys can argue with me if you'd like, that's fine. Cale Makar can't pinch where he pinched.
I agree with that.
Because that turned into a 1-on-3. I thought Nathan McKinnon played the 1-on-3 the best he could. He had a chance to get that puck. Unfortunately, he lost a 1-on-2 puck battle. And it was a great shot by Jack Hughes. But Cale Makar, unfortunately, will be having nightmares about this game because he finished with a -1 and both goals being his critical mistake between him and Taves. They had a rough day. I know Makar scored the game-tying goal.
That's what I was going to say. That's the tough thing about Makar.
Kind of to my point where I brought it up before versus what truly makes a defenseman the best defenseman. Cale Makar is a phenomenal player. I'm not crapping on him. But you can't make that goal. I played 3-on-3 in a 20-minute overtime format in a gold medal game. I hate the 3-on-3 format, but it was a bad pinch. It was a bad pinch.
You know what?
Jacob, I don't disagree about the. Oh, sorry, Dan. I don't disagree about the first goal, but I will say I thought Devin Taves was to blame for the first goal. But
I thought they both were. But
Dan, you go ahead.
I was just going to say about great comment about McDavid. You can totally make a case about that. But I'm going to go off the board here. I blame the overtime lost on the Olympic Committee. I'm sorry. 3-on-3 overtime for a gold medal game is not cool.
I agree with you, Dad.
Not cool.
I love that, Dad. I love that.
The reason why Cale Makar was pinching, the reason why Connor McDavid was pinching, because Connor McDavid didn't get back in time. I totally agree with that. The reason why this whole thing happened is because it's 3-on-3.
I love that, Dan.
But it's true.
That was a way. No, but that's a good point.
Like, really, yeah.
3-on-3. 4-on-4 was a perfect option. I say 5-on-5 is good, but 16 years ago, guess what format it was? 4-on-4. 4-on-4 is a fine format to do overtime in.
100%.
Like, even in the NHL, I would have been fine with doing 4-on-4. 3-on-3 is cool. You can't do 20 minutes of 3-on-3. That is way too much.
Matthews and McDavid, they're not that old. They'll both be back in 4 years.
Oh,
McDavid will be back, by the way. Everyone's talking about goaltending.
I think Matthews will be 33.
I think the ones
that Canadian goaltending dying, I do want to point out Jordan Binghamton is 32. He could be back. And say what you want. Binghamton was not great. Binghamton was great. Maybe some more young blood next one for sure.
There's some good young Canadian goalies coming up.
Let's see about Ivan Kovic in a couple years or Carter George. Yeah. Carter George is killing it right now with the Sioux Greyhounds.
The ones that won't be back.
Gavin McKenna had 8 points. 8 points. He had 10-point weekend.
I just not going to do anything.
Don't say anything about his mama.
Yes. Yeah. Don't say anything about his mama. Don't say anything about anybody's
definitely
mama.
Had that open net. There was another comment too about open nets, and I do apologize, everyone. We will get to your comments. We love all the comments.
in the first period.
Tomatoes, absolutely.
The thing is, like, you look at guys that won't be back. Crosby, I think it's 50-50. But Doughty and Marchand 100% will not be back. I thought Doughty had a phenomenal tournament.
I did too.
And I think Marchand had his moments. He didn't really have his moment this game, but I think he had moments leading up in the tournament.
You know what, though?
I
love that Wilson, Marchand, Bennett line.
Oh, wow. And I called it. I said the lines that opened the tournament would not be the lines in the gold medal game. I know a lot of that has to do with Crosby, but that third line was the best. Yeah, the Conn Smythe winner on your third line.
I do agree with this comment as well. Sorry, Dan, didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, it's okay. I totally agree with this comment too.
Tournament without Russia, because maybe who knows? Maybe neither Canada or US make it to the gold medal game if Russia's in this tournament.
100%.
And also, too, I know we haven't mentioned it yet, but quick shout out to Finland for bronze. And
yes,
I also want to give a big shout out to Slovakia. I think fourth is very respectable for them. I thought that bronze medal game.
Shout out to Slovakia. I disagree with who won Olympic MVP. I agree. I disagree with it.
Who got the MVP?
McDavid did. I thought Yuri Slafkovsky should have won MVP, because if you're going to talk about most valuable player for your team,
I wouldn't even argue McDavid for Canada
was the best player for the whole tournament. He was the best player on Slovakia. He was probably the best. Like, I thought Slovakia should have. I thought Slafkovsky should have won it. McDavid played great, but like Immaculate Celebrini had 5 goals. Bennington played phenomenal. I thought even Hellebuyck could have won it.
Actually, I was going to say, I thought Hellebuyck deserved MVP just because of what he did in that gold medal game. He stole that.
Not about one game, though, Jacob, to be fair.
No, I understand that, but Hellebuyck was good the whole tournament and stole the gold medal game.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with you, Jacob. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'll give it a Hellebuyck.
Canada, I think, a retool and maybe just think about your bottom 6 bringing a little more speed.
No, what the issue is was the defense.
You definitely bring some people back, Lane. I gotta disagree with you there, but that's okay.
Like McCarr will be back. McDavid will be back.
McKinnon will be back. I even think guys like Bo Horvat. I would bring Bo Horvat back. Did everything you want him to do.
How old is Bo Horvat?
Old enough to know better than to ask anyone's age, Adam. I'm not sure how old he is. I'd have to look it up. But
he's got to be like 30 something. Well, Jacob,
yeah, I mean, certainly like fun fish guys like Doughty, Marchand, potentially Crosby, Kornparenko. I really hope Kornparenko's not back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was to
what if he had won the game? I was
Canada.
Really hoping he would have won the game just to see your face. If he would have won the game on one of his slap shots,
hilarious.
That would have been hilarious. Jacob, I would have loved to see Jacob having to call.
I would have been happy but Kornparenko had a bad tournament. You can't deny he was their worst defenseman. He was.
He did. You look at young blood like you look at Connor Bedard. Maybe we could have played him more 3-on-3, right? Austin Matthews will be 33
I don't think he'll be
Olympics.
32.
Yeah,
I think he'll be 33. Crazy.
Close enough. Disappointed, but not very mad. I feel this is a really good take here. Disappointed, but not really mad about Canada's loss. What really worried me is that we'd be schooled today, and it was the complete. Yeah, I think Canada outplayed the States.
They did, 100%.
The only difference is when Team Canada made mistakes.
Great comment.
Team USA did something with it. When Team USA made mistakes, like the 5-on-3. Canada did not capitalize on. I thought the 5-on-3 power play didn't look great, and it just comes down to those little key moments in a hockey game, right? But I do agree with this comment here.
I think Canada played a little too fancy with the franchise players. You look at the one goal Canada got was disappointing with shot from the face-off dot, right? And then the setup plays were beautiful between McDavid and McKinnon, blah, blah, blah. But America did such a good job clogging up the middle. I think if they just got some more basic shots, it may be a different story. For the Penguins,
I feel bad. Yeah, I mean, and this is when everyone says NHL, it's a no-brainer for the NHL not being in Olympics. This is the only reason why the NHL doesn't like it.
I agree, yeah.
Because
I don't think it is a no-brainer.
Because you have a concern. Now, Crosby, Fiala, and Morrissey, just to name 3 very talented players that people pay good money to watch, potentially will not be playing for a while.
It could be more, too. We don't know about yet.
Hot take, I think Morrissey was the bigger loss for this game. I think Josh Morrissey being in over Parenko or Sanheim would have been...
Oh, it would have been over the
big help. Would have been a big help.
And this,
he could have been out there in overtime.
No, This is an interesting comment, though, and it is about the government needs to make hockey less expensive. That's you're right in an extent. It's not the government's job. It's just I think you're comparing it to the state.
Maybe the government needs to get involved, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, if Hockey Canada isn't going to do it, maybe the government needs to.
Well, I think it's more. It sounds weird, and we're not sponsored by Canadian Tire, but there are charities like Jumpstart.
Right? Great charity,
and they're really good for that. So if that's something you want to support. I mean, that is a way to make hockey more affordable. But I mean,
all I'm saying is that if Hockey Canada is not going to make it less expensive, the government has to.
I just want to go back quickly. I do agree with that comment because I agree something has to happen to make hockey more affordable. I don't think it's on our government. Let's just be honest here. We have a very bad opioid issue in this country. We have a horrible issue with homelessness. We have a lot of issues that have to be, as much as we complain about the hockey, we got to take care about the people, right?
No, Dan, I do agree with you there. But I also get what Adam is saying. It is.
Well, someone's got to step up.
However, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is somebody needs to do something. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
The only thing I will say about it is organized sports do keep kids out of trouble. And maybe that's a way to kill two birds, one stone, which is actually just a giant rock and two really small birds. Or you saw that on Family Guy. But let's get to Keith's comment. Let me be clear. It's not so much the government's part, I agree with Adam on, but more so Hockey Ontario has a massive issue. Hello, Scouts, there are 12 other provinces and territories. That's also very true.
That's a great point.
I mean, maybe our Scouts need to be looking in other areas. There's also other leagues. Like, I mean, the
OGHL, the ECHL.
I personally cover the OGHL for work, and there's phenomenal players in that league. Now, I'm not saying the guys in the OGHL are better than Gavin McKenna. That's not what I'm getting at. But maybe there are players in these other leagues that need to be getting more of a serious look by Scouts as a whole. Loving all the comments today, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
I'd say men's hockey is more popular. I don't know if I'd say relevant, but more popular. But the women's game with the PWHL
is growing huge.
I get the letters right. I don't remember what. I think Dan last time called
it PWHL. I gotta say, shout out to
basketball and hockey to become one sport.
I gotta say, shout out to PWHL. I thought it was brilliant of them advertising during the Olympics because everyone's talking about all the Olympic players and the women now. Great advertising opportunity. So big shout out to them.
And yeah, I thought Nick Suzuki played. Sally Suzuki. I thought Nick Suzuki played pretty well, but Ontario.
I did too. Yeah,
I seem to think so. Sarah Nurse, she is in the PWHL. I don't remember what team she plays for. Vancouver. Thank you, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue I had with this game is the too many men call. Yeah, that was terrible.
That was a bad one.
However, that wasn't the reason why we lost.
No,
like it sucks. Bad. But Canada had multiple power plays that they didn't score on. I mean,
yeah.
And you know what, too? Maybe this sounds whatever, but I don't want to sound like Teemu Selanne from Finland whining about a penalty, the reason why you lost. You had your chances.
True.
They had too many. Yeah, maybe they were just trying to do a little too much.
Yeah, but sure.
If there's an organization who manages Hockey Canada, it's time for them to fix any issues with these so-called national teams. Yeah. And maybe you do
Hockey
need
Canada
to look.
Canada is the organization who does it.
Yeah.
And the organization who manages Hockey Canada is the federal government, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it's
Let's call it Mark Carney.
I'm pretty sure the federal government is the one who manages Hockey Canada, if I'm not mistaken.
Prime Minister Mark Carney.
I could be wrong, and please do correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure
you're
Hockey
right. The
Canada
government is involved.
Like, I'm pretty sure on that. But
I think so.
Yeah, bad refereeing was certainly an issue this whole tournament. Unfortunately, they don't know how to count to 5. But this comment here sums it up. We miss empty nets.
Nets with an S, not just one time. Nets with an S. We need Darcy Tucker back. Darcy Tucker, come on, retirement, bro. Kyle Love would set him up every time with the empty net. One thing these could do right in that era.
Yeah, I do agree with this comment, though. Like, you can blame the officiating. You can blame the 3-on-3 format. You can blame the Olympics themselves. You could be like the skier and blame the snow. But at the end of the day, I don't know if you saw that it was snowing out, and he's like, "That's why I lost." It's like, but everyone was going through the snow. The Olympics was weird. But it's one of those things. It's like, well, you can't miss the amount of empty nets that you did, and especially Nate. Like I said, I love Nathan McKinnon. I thought he had a great tournament. He's going to have nightmares.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always the one. You always wonder that in the back of your mind with sports betting, unfortunately, if like the ref's cousin's dog walker placed a bet.
Yeah.
This is an interesting format. 10 minutes of 5-on-5, then 10 minutes of 5-on-3. Same amount of time, much better in my opinion.
Interesting. I like the idea.
To flip this, you go 10 minutes 5-on-5, then 5 minutes 4-on-4, then 3 minutes 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Like something at least so a game doesn't end. Because I felt the 3-on-3 made it end with you wanting more.
Do it call me crazy?
You're crazy.
I think the Olympics did the overtime the way they did because they are more concerned about the hockey game ending on time so that the ending ceremonies can be scheduled on time.
Oh,
because
yeah,
well, no, they scheduled this game because I can give you this. It's always been the case. No event is allowed to be scheduled within 3 hours of the closing ceremonies. That is a rule. They are not allowed to. You are not that. Nothing is allowed to be scheduled within 3 hours because the athletes have to go from the game arena to like another part of where the Olympics are being held to go into the Olympics. Now that sucks, but that's just the way things have to go.
But I'm saying I think that's why the overtime is set up the way it is. Because if you had a 5-on-5 overtime, we could be playing for like another 3 hours, right? And then the ceremony is not going to get done. So thank you. I thank you for someone agreeing with me, but I think that's why the Olympics scheduled.
It is so happy.
I wasn't agreeing with you, but I was just letting you know that, like,
no, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
the whole
bugging you,
reason.
Dan. You know that. You know I'm just bugging you, Dan.
Of course.
Lane, I wouldn't say the team didn't care. In my opinion, it just didn't feel like a 6-1 loss in Game 7 by the Toronto Maple Leafs. This felt like a really, like I said, I think Team Canada made 2 mistakes that lost them the game.
And I just gotta say, I'm not angry. I'm not angry at this Team Canada. I'm really not. I thought they did an amazing job, but I still believe it's an epic fail. Not because they got silver. It's because they lost to America. I would have not been as upset if they lost to Sweden or Russia or Finland or Czechia or whatever. It's just, and I wouldn't even be upset if they lost to They lost to America, 15 years ago, 15 years in the future.
World's different
now, the way the world is, and losing to America right now, that's the problem.
20-3. Yeah, spring training's up.
Yeah, spring training's back.
Tuesday's first game with a 3-0 win.
Well, I'm like, what? Time not to think about Hockey Canada right now.
Just
think about baseball.
Well, why do you think I'm wearing my Argo sweater?
Leaf sweaters are still up because I still got a chance. Yeah. Ottawa still has a chance, but I'm also thinking of baseball.
Jarvis Suzuki, couple shouldn't have been. I agree with Jarvis. I remember Suzuki scored that game tying goal against Finland with the great.
Yeah, I want Suzuki had a great tournament. He was good defensively too.
For me, the only changes I would have made personally was change Suzuki for Scheifele, and I cannot believe I'm saying this because I've never been a huge fan of him. But I would have changed Parenko for Bouchard just because the power play really struggled. Like hindsight's 2020. The day if you asked me this month ago,
40%. Like the power play
it struggled today though. Today it struggled.
Yeah, so that's like so you gotta say it struggled today instead of say it's.
I felt at times. I'll be honest. In my opinion, the power play was underwhelming with how much talent it had. That's
how I feel.
My 2 cents.
No, but it was. But do you understand what I'm saying? I'm saying
I do get what you're saying. 40%. You're saying numbers don't lie, which is normally my saying. I'm sounding like Dan. I just felt a feeling, right? It's like when you try oatmeal for the first time, it just doesn't feel right.
Bouchard would have just been on the second unit, so it wouldn't have. I don't know how much of a difference it makes.
Well,
second unit.
Honestly, I think maybe though, then you don't have to run Makar quite as much because then you could have played Bouchard. The Bouch bomb is almost unstoppable. Like
Morrissey has that shot too.
Curious which YouTubers know what guitar my FB. I'm not sure what guitar that is, Key. It's a very nice guitar.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about guitars. I know Gibson's a big name, so I'll say it's a Gibson, but I don't know anything about guitars.
Nice.
Okay, and I add Schaefer and Bedard were 100. I mean, those are all 2 other names. Bedard is someone especially I thought about a lot.
Yeah, I kept thinking of Bedard, especially on a 3-on-3 overtime.
Yeah, we all.
And not Bedard playing with McKinnon. Oh my gosh!
That would have been disgusting.
Wow,
that would have been disgusting.
Well, there you go, Dan. Matthews is going to make you some butter.
I think Dan would.
Jordan will be. Look, you know what? I'm saying this. If Jordan Binghamton is still in the NHL, he will be Canada's goalie in 4 years. He'll at least be
100%.
I think Binghamton has earned the job until we physically can't do it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Say what you want. Binghamton this whole tournament was great.
But what if somebody else comes out of nowhere and is playing really well and then steals the job at the Worlds or something?
You're still putting Binghamton as a backup.
You're still bringing. It's kind of like Sidney Crosby is not your top line center anymore.
No,
right? But you still bring.
But do you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I am saying, yes, he still go. I'm not saying Jordan Binnington doesn't go, but I'm just saying
might not be your starter.
Somebody else could realistically steal the job because Jordan Binnington probably doesn't go to the World Championships every year. That's just not he hasn't recently. So if he doesn't go and then somebody else comes in and steals the job, well, they've earned the job because they just stole it.
True.
But can't keep
Jordan. They stole it.
Oh my God.
Somebody call 911.
That was a bass drop.
Why the bullet sound? Why the gun sound?
I don't know.
Well, because it was America. But anyway.
Yes, of course.
Blaine here. They don't deserve to be back. They sucked outside the bottom ranked. I mean, I think it's more just the group pools were poorly organized again.
Because of no Wassa.
But also, too, putting Slovakia, Sweden, and Finland in one group was just disgusting. You have 3 teams fighting for medals in one group.
They don't ask who won. They don't ask how you won. They ask who won. And Canada won every game outside of one. Yeah. So they didn't suck. They won. Doesn't really matter.
Suzuki deserved to be. Yeah, Funfish, I agree with you. Couldn't win face-offs. I think that's a coaching mistake by not putting out Horvat more situationally to win draws.
Horvat went out a couple more times. He went out a lot.
Yeah, but I mean early on in the game, you had McDavid taking defensive zone face-offs and Bo Horvat twiddling his thumbs on the bench. I thought that was odd.
Yeah, that was weird.
But Marchand got stuffed rat in the silver medal ceremony.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what was up with the stuffed teddy bears. I didn't understand that. America's got them too.
This is an interesting point too here, right? The nations that win medals spend a lot of money on the athletes. Canada doesn't. And we still win a lot of medals. Don't get me wrong. I think Canada, we should be very proud. We got to remember, I do want to give a quick shout out to the curling.
I was just going to say same thing.
Both men and women coming away with medals, and especially the women's group. They started 1-4 and found a way to get to the medal rounds. That's insane.
Which is impressive,
And of course, Brad Jacobs. I will say I'm going to get to low do flex here. Personal friend of mine. I've met Brad Jacobs quite a few times.
Super nice guy.
Super nice.
Wow,
guy.
Jacob just flexing on all
that Sault Ste. Marie pride, Adam.
Oh my gosh! Of course it was the Sioux.
But no, I do agree with this comment, right? And
I think we got 20 medals.
20-something, yeah.
We did really good.
I agree with this comment here too. It's tough, right? Because do we really want tax dollars being spent on sports?
That's what I'm saying. I think Canada as a country needs to do a better job getting Canadian corporate companies involved in their sports.
Need more sponsorships. Like the Analyst Desk needs sponsorships.
That's right.
Which, by the way, our first sponsorship's coming very soon. We've been in the background working on something. So
that's right.
Yay! Just wanted to point that out. You know what? You could always take a picture of Celebrini's dad hanging up on your wall. He's a nice looking guy.
Sure.
Yeah, he was.
Something you could do. Kind of weird if you do, but you know what?
Yeah, I can't. I don't remember. I think he was Canadian. He was blaming it in the skiing. And the conditions look terrible. But at the same time, everyone had the same conditions.
Mm-hmm.
But did they, Jacob? Did they really?
Yes. Here we go. McKinnon and McCarr both looked exhausted in this game. McDavid looked the same in a big game. Forget its team, too much individual. And that's that kind of brings my point to the 3-on-3. If you brought, you know what? No disrespect to these players. And before Dan yells at me, because I'm going to throw one of his boys in this mix.
Not Wilson.
I love Tom Wilson, but you can't play him 3-on-3. Right? By the way, I would have brought.
Wilson had a great game.
No, hold on. Tom Wilson proved he should have been there. But you can't play Wilson 3-on-3. You can't play Hagel 3-on-3. You can't play Jarvis 3-on-3.
You could play Jarvis 3-on-3.
Well, they weren't going to.
I know, but you
couldn't play Brinkel 3-on-3. You couldn't play Theodore 3-on-3. You couldn't play Sanheim 3-on-3. You couldn't play Marchand 3-on-3. Like it's a problem when 3-on-3 you're relying on a 19-year-old to kind of be your savior, right? I just think now, mind you, as I say that, you could have brought guys like Bedard, you could have brought guys like Scheifele, who maybe you use in those situations a little more. I think the U.S. went with they felt they could run all four lines in any situation. And actually, I personally owe Vincent Trocheck an apology. Yeah, because I was like, why the hell was he on this team? And he showed why. He won every key faceoff he needed to win.
He played a great game.
I do agree. I thought McKinnon and McCarr looked too exhausted. McDavid on the final goal, I think, was trying to do a little too much by himself, but I also get what he was doing. I prefer that over a player that doesn't look like they give a crap. I'm cringing saying this. I thought Mitch Marner was another guy who had a great tournament for Canada. I thought he played really well.
He did.
Yeah, Mitchie.
Also, gambling companies posting how much they want US to win over Canada sucks. That is unprofessional, and
that's true. Yes, we did see that.
Was posting that. I do agree, and I mean, I said it on both ways too. I wasn't a big fan on the broadcasters wearing Canadian colors for some of the broadcasters either. I think you know what, you're supposed to be unbiased.
Shout out to Kevin Biesca for this wearing green.
By the way, I love Kevin Biesca. He Burlington Cougar, by the way. He played for the Burlington Cougars from the OJHL. Yes.
Shout out to Megan Powder wearing
Yes, he did.
Shout out Megan Powder for wearing gold. I was pretty
Cheryl Powder. Megan Powder is one of our loyal watchers.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Cheryl Powder, yes. I think what's his wife. And then shout out to I think it was oh my god, I can't think of the guy's name. Elliot Freeman. He was wearing burgundy. Like his
he needed multiple cigarettes though. As he said
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Harkness pounding that game.
Spring training, CFL football. We're less than 3 months.
Yeah, here we go. Jays won 3-0 in first game of spring training.
Tipped 1 goal. Yeah.
Was that tight?
I wonder if people watch the Jays spring training than the Leafs if they crumble in March. I mean,
yeah.
You know what? We don't have to worry about the Leafs still for a few more days.
Yeah, I know.
Which, by the way, speaking of that,
talking about the Leafs.
Speaking of that, we do have a show dropping this afternoon, a pre-record where we broke down the entire Atlantic Division and where they should be. We're going to do it for the rest of the divisions too. So watch out for that episode later today.
That'll be on like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Facebook, YouTube. Very good episode, pre-recorded show.
Bouchard at first, I was like, there's no way I'd bring him, but then you got to change my mind. Some of the games towards the end from Edmonton, because Bouchard is a difference maker.
Mm-hmm.
Was a massive fan of the MLB, broke my heart, so I moved on. Yeah, I mean, I have one sound effect for you here.
I tell you, I would have put Morgan Wiley on this team. You all laughed at me, but I thought something like Morgan Wiley, John Tavares. I think
not John Tavares.
I had Bo Horvath. He had a great chair, and then you guys had Bo Horvath.
I actually had Horvath.
Oh, Dan's gonna hold that. Dan is gonna hold that over us.
There you go. If anyone wants a Team Canada jersey, Lane, at least you're not gonna burn it.
I'll take it.
There you go, Lane. You can donate it to the Dan Moore Needs Less Closet Space Foundation.
That's right.
Okay, so it's a Joe Perry guitar. He put his wife on the tool that has the power. Oh, okay, that's cool.
Interesting.
Oh.
Subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, by the way.
Yeah, 100%.
Israel won 0 medals in this crazy negative world we live in. Yeah, I mean, I was surprised Israel was allowed in there, to be completely honest.
I'm surprised to put that comment on air. It's interesting. I think it's good. It's a good point.
Yeah, me too. I'm so surprised.
You know what? We're allowed to off. We're all allowed
Jacob's
to have
getting some guts. There we go. Good job, Jacob.
Bichette just got his first error at third base yesterday.
I saw that.
I don't know why they're putting him at third.
That was brutal.
Brady the snake person. I mean, you know what though? I will say, as much as I don't like the Kachucks, I did like what they did with the Goudreau jersey at the end. I thought that was a nice touch with the Kachucks and Matthews.
It was. Let's be honest here. The Kachuk brothers were invisible this game. I think the reason why they were invisible is because of Wilson. Wilson did a phenomenal job policing this game.
He had a great tournament.
Sam Bennett did a great job this game, too. He took that dumb penalty, but I mean, that wasn't so much on him. It was just bad luck. I mean, you got to give a shout out.
I love Sam Bennett still.
I think both Kachuk brothers were invisible in this game. They really did.
I agree, Dan. I conclude.
Whoa. Dan and Adam actually agree.
Concur.
Yeah.
We do. Okay. We agree a lot.
We do, 100%.
Okay, who's the panel's most surprising and most disappointing player in the tournament?
Good question. Let's
go first, Mr. Morfor.
Okay,
give me your biggest surprise. Give me your biggest surprise.
For any team? Any team? I'm going, I was going to say a player, but maybe one of you guys will say it. So I'll say this. I think the biggest surprise to me was Celebrini, because at 19 years old, he didn't just make a difference, he dominated. I think he could have arguably won the MVP. I thought he was amazing. I do have another person, but hopefully one of you guys will pick that person. I think the most disappointing guy in the tournament was Leon Draisaitl. We kept saying Jeremy could have done something because of Leon Draisaitl. Instead, he was too busy being a bridesmaid instead of a bridesman, as Kachuk said. Draisaitl didn't do anything this tournament, unfortunately, in my opinion.
Adam, what's your thoughts on this question? Who's your biggest surprise and most disappointing player?
So most disappointing, I have a couple players in mind, because it's just like Bennett didn't do much. I don't think he really had to do much. I love Sam Bennett, though. I think Sam Bennett's a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Sam Reinhart is another one. He scored just one goal. It was, of course, a tipped power play goal. Leon Draisaitl. I'm going to just go. It's tough because I feel like there was so many players that I felt were kind of disappointing.
Oh, Adam, this is easy. Oh, I'm going to
go all three. I'm going to go all three of the guys I said. So for the most surprising, I have two players, Italian goalie, so Clara, I think is his name, and then the other is Dvorsky.
Yeah, Dvorsky.
Yeah, the other young guy who had 6 points in the tournament. He played phenomenally. Slavkovsky, I'm not going to go.
There you go.
7 goals.
That's who I thought you might pick.
7 goals 4 years ago as a 17-year-old, so he wasn't a big surprise to me.
Okay.
After I learned that statistic, so I'm not going to say him.
Okay.
Because
that's who I almost said Celebrini.
But I'm going to go those two because I didn't think anybody else in Slovakia was going to really be as good as Tatar and Slavkovsky would have been, given they were the two big boys on that team. Okay. So I'm gonna go Dvorsky from Slovakia and Clara from Italy.
So I am going extremely off the board for my biggest surprise.
Yes, that makes sense. That's a very Jacob thing to do.
And I am taking
Jacob just loves to do off the board.
I am taking Reichel from Team Germany. This guy was everywhere for Team Germany. Multiple grade A chances. Did not look out of place playing with either Tim Stützle or Leon Draisaitl. He was flying up and down the ice. For me, a Canadian or an American player, I'm not surprised. Or Sweden or Finland, they're some of the best players in the world. And what I loved what this Reichel did was he did not look out of place whatsoever. Playing with legitimately some of the best players hockey has to offer in the NHL with Stützle and Draisaitl. So he was my biggest surprise. And for my biggest disappointment, this is an interesting one here. Because
you have to go off the board, Jacob, because you went off the board.
I think he's going. Give him a chance. He's going.
I know.
There were a lot of, and to be honest with you guys, there were a lot of players I expected more out of from a lot of teams. And most disappointing. I am going to pick a very, very weird one for you guys because this is how I roll.
Wait, I want to try and guess it. I want to try and get Elias Pettersson.
No.
Damn it. I didn't guess it right. William Nylander.
No, I thought Nylander actually
give him a chance, bro.
I am going to say.
Why don't you try and guess it, Dan?
Nikolai Ehlers out of Denmark.
Damn it! No, I was never gonna guess
The
Nikolai
reason
Ehlers.
being is I felt the games, even the games that Denmark were in, it wasn't like Ehlers was taking over, which I thought that would have been the way it was going to go. Now, for my non-off the board picks, because I went too crazy off the board, I'm just going to give a quick couple little ones. And for my most surprising in a good way would be Bo Horvat. I thought Bo Horvat looked great. Or Vincent Trocheck. And most disappointing is I swear I actually don't mind this guy as a person, is Colton Parayko. I thought Colton Parayko looked terrible this whole tournament. He looked lost. He looked like a puppy that lost his leash. I don't know.
Yeah, it was
just
bad.
He really. Everyone keeps saying Toronto needs to get this guy. I'm like, we already have enough players who can't skate. And Colton Parayko looked absolutely dreadful. And you really wonder if they brought a Jacob Chikrin instead of a Colton Parayko, how would have this defensive core rounded out? Or as Adam said, if Josh Morrissey wasn't injured for today's game, maybe Colton Parayko wasn't playing as much as he is. Because Parayko, there's so many times that have pressure in the zone, and the puck would just go right by him. But as our good friend here who brought this amazing question said in the first place, you can't miss the open net 80,000 times and expect to win a hockey game.
Yeah.
So, good day, boys. Good day to you, Christopher. Bad officiating. How did they miss the too many men call? Actually, again, they missed a lot of them this week. They had a week to get it to. I still don't think that really made. I can't blame the whole loss on that. Sure, they might have scored on that power play. Hellebuyck might have just continued to be in God mode. I just don't know.
Great comment.
I thought the officiating this whole tournament was really confusing. Like, you look at the hook on that Sam Bennett did the first period wasn't a call, but then the hook that wasn't nearly as bad later in the period by I can't remember who it was by Canada was a call. It was a weirdly officiated whole tournament, which is weird considering they're supposed to be best on best tournaments. And actually, speaking of this officiating, I have a gas.
No.
Or ass.
No, not the
Adam,
golf
I have
ball.
the power. Gas or ass? There should have been no officials from Canada or the States in this game.
Gas.
There were officials from both countries.
Gas.
So
because
it's been involved, given the bronze medal game was poorly officiated as well.
I know, but it's just I just feel like the World Juniors never lets it where you can officiate your own country's games, and I thought that was an IHF
rule. Wait,
I know. I was really surprised.
Is it not?
Apparently not anymore.
For like a week, I thought it was like, for the longest time, for years, I thought that was a rule, like an actual, like, legit rule in the IHF where you're not allowed to officiate your own country. It's not? That is so surprising to me. What the fuck? Sorry. Oh my God, I swore. Oh no.
It's okay.
Kick me out. Oh.
No Wassa. Yeah, that's another thing too. No Wassa.
Back-to-back state of Florida won't be easy one this week. For the.
I don't even want to think about it. Why would you even bring that up, Funfish?
Pete, do you want to ship us some tacos? Dan will only eat tacos from Taco Bell. He won't go to like a real taco place.
No, I go real taco places. I went to Chipotle.
Okay, Dan, what do you consider a real taco place?
Chipotle.
That's no.
Did you just Chipotle?
That's like going to Harvey's instead of McDonald's. Like,
Chipotle's good, though.
I've actually never had Chipotle. I don't know if it's any good or not.
You gotta try it, dude. You get free tacos for $10.
Fine, Dan. You can take me to Chipotle.
Let's go.
There are some answers, from the question earlier. Yeah, Clara from Italy. I believe he's an Anaheim draft pick. Anaheim's. I can see why they got rid of Gibson. Tatar is not in the NHL anymore. I believe he plays in Switzerland.
For Davos, he said something like that, right?
Yeah, Marner was a big surprise. Fun fish. I got it.
Yeah.
I saw this great meme of like a South Park style animation of Austin Matthews running down to the dressing room to yell at Marner, "Why could you do that with a Leaf jersey?"
Yeah, I know. Right?
That was pretty funny. Can Brady get the Sens going now and get a spot? That's interesting. Yeah. And I'll be curious to see, like our friend of the program, Alex, said earlier in the show on the comment section, does that give guys like Matthews, Hellebuyck, and Tkachuk, a little bit more juice on, be like, hey, look, we just got it going. Everything I thought I knew about Dan has just been ripped from me. Yet, see, Dan's
over
not
the taco.
Dan's a complicated guy.
I like taco. What's so complicated? I like taco. I like Mexican.
And you're just a complicated guy. Just deal with it, Dan.
Actually, you know what? Another player who I want to give a shout out to as a surprise, I think UC Saro showed he can still play at a really high level.
Yeah, as another one.
Everyone thought he was going to lose the net. And UC Saros, I think, was the big reason why Finland even had a chance against Canada and why they won that. Say what you want. I know the game finished 6-1. That Slovakia-Finland game was a lot closer.
Wow, the empty nets and stuff. I wouldn't have been in Slovakia.
See, Finland can hit an empty net.
Yes, they can. Canada cannot. Funny enough.
Marner's ghost floating above. Fun fish. I'm sure you've heard Dan and Lane complain about Mitch Marner still. It's going to be like 50 years later, and the Analyst Desk is still a thing.
Hey, Adam is always right. I knew Mitch Marner was going to be perfectly fine. I said we should have got rid of him just because I think we all needed everybody needed a reset. I was right. Mitch Marner just needed a reset. And guess what? If Mitch Marner wins a cup this year, I'm not saying he will. I'm saying if he does, I'm going to laugh all the way. I'm going to laugh at everybody. I'm going to laugh at Dan. I'm going to laugh at Lane because I didn't think he was the issue ever. So you know what?
Well, I don't think he was the issue for Toronto, but I didn't think he was the reason either. So I thought they had to get rid of him.
No, I didn't say
Austin Matthews. I will say this about Austin Matthews.
I agree with his comment.
By the way, this comment's funny. But I will say for Matthews, Austin Matthews did his job. His job was to shut down McDavid, and he did.
So the Maple Leafs have a $13 million third line center. Good job.
He was a second line center. Good job. He was a second line center. Number one. Number two, Dan, in an Olympic setting, every player on Canada and the US are superstars for the most part. So they're all usually the top guy. So in these settings, you have to play your role.
I get it.
And Austin Matthews played his role perfectly.
He did. I don't know.
But I will say, he didn't score as much as I thought he would. But you know what? Because you're a loyal viewer, as much as I don't agree with you,
I agree with you, though.
It's not
true. Well, it was.
It's not
Chris,
true.
You have to wait for that answer.
So we went. We're hearing echoing all of a sudden.
Oh.
Yes, me too.
But we did go in depth.
Have to wait for that. You're gonna have to wait.
That's on a pre-recorded episode of what we all take about that. Great question. I'm sure we'll be talking about a lot more. March 6th is the trade deadline. So it's coming up. But don't forget, just because the Olympics just ended, they don't start playing hockey on Sunday, right? We need a couple of days to get here, get used to the time zone and everything.
They play Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, so between now and the deadline is only 4 games remaining for the Maple Leafs. So roughly, that's what the teams will have to work with between 3 and 5 games, which is only 6 to 10 points. So not
the deadline, the 6th?
The 6th. So the hockey starts on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we have the Maple Leafs playing for the Lightning at 7:30. That's a huge game. And we got some other great games: Buffalo, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Washington. I am reading names.
Probably do.
Krakens and Stars, Avalanche and Mavericks, Jets and Canucks, Golden Knights and Kings, and Oilers and Ducks. So
Dan's just so upset there's no scores to read, so instead he's like, I'm just going to read you future games.
I read names!
You know what it is?
Us all the games.
No. Guys, you know what it is? It's because it's because I like to tell Dan, shut up and read a book. And Dan just likes to prove that he can read.
That's right, 100%.
Good job, Dan. You know I'm just bugging you, Dan.
100%. Yeah, it's funny.
But you know what? I do want to go around the room
about the deadline.
Go to comments first. The Special Olympics, the Paralympic Games are starting. Which I read something that Russia might be allowed to compete in those, which I thought was interesting. We will have to wait and see. Ooh. Sledge hockey is crazy, by the way. I don't know you guys.
Holy cow, that's physical.
They're like murdering each other. I love it.
And we get like the stab in the side of the pokey thing, and like I guess for sticks.
And you know what? You'll see some great Special Olympics curling. You'd be really surprised how good some of the Special Olympics curling. I think now they call them Paralympics. My apologies, but the Paralympics curling.
Jacob, get it right.
I'll read a book.
Get it right, Jacob.
Yeah, at least you only have a couple easy games coming up. But I'd like to go around.
Yeah, how many more years of Matthews have? Next 5 games will sum it up 100%.
On a scale of 1 to 10. Okay. Without crazy explanations, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate the Olympics as a whole, just as a hockey fan? Don't think about who won, who lost. Just think about the hockey in general. Because 4 Nations, we all said it was the best thing we've ever seen.
Good question to end this talk.
Wow. What are we?
So, there's numbers like 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Those are your numbers you have to work
10.
with. So 10. Adam's giving this a 10 out of 10. Dan?
I loved it.
I'm going to give it a 7. I think the 4 Nations was better, not just because Canada won. I thought it was more entertaining. And I don't like the fact the Olympics took out the fighting. That's a big no-no for me. I hate the 3-on-3 overtime. To again the gold medal game. That's a no-no for me. And I think because of the non-fighting and officiating and stuff, I think the intensity in the Olympics was not the same as the 4 Nations. So I thought the Olympics
intensity wasn't there.
Great hockey, but I'm going to give it a go 7.
So
6, 7.
I will give it a 9 just for one reason and one reason only. And this isn't because Canada lost. But 3-on-3 should not be a way you settle it. The only way it could have been worse is if it was a shootout.
Yeah.
3-on-3 cannot end a gold medal game, in my opinion, unless you've done other things first. I agree with what my comment said earlier. 4-on-4 for 10 minutes, then 3-on-3. It at least would have. I get it can't go forever because they have the closing ceremonies. I understand that. Either that or maybe do the bronze medal and the gold medal game 2 days before the closing ceremony so they can both take 10 hours. I don't know. But something's got to change on that because I think – and you know what? I'd feel the same way even if Canada won. I'd be like thrilled they won. Be like, but man, that's not how I want to see that game end because I thought that was one of the best hockey games I've ever watched. It was so exciting. Both teams played phenomenal. Amazing goaltending at both ends. And it's just one of those things. Now, it's interesting here. We did have a comment of giving us a rating on this. Now, where did it go? It was from Key giving it an A. But she, as a number, she gives it a 9.
The rating system. The rating system is 10. I'm joking. I play.
Is sledge hockey the one they bulldoze? Yes. They literally run each other over.
They do it in basketball, too.
I love it. I actually will watch sledge hockey. I legitimately find it very entertaining.
Me too.
You know what, Ontario secret? You might want to get at least 4 shoes because 3, you're going to have a spare. But now, like, if you wreck a pair, I guess it still fixes 1 pair. You got 4 shoes. You'd have 2 pairs of shoes. Dan has like 50 pairs of shoes.
I do have a lot of shoes.
But cannot walk in high heels. We tried it at Walmart once. Did not go well.
Oh, we learned the hard way, too, that steel-toe boots are a real thing. So do not throw steel-toe boots at each other's shins. That was one of the most painful things I've ever done.
Okay, Dan threw it at me first. He said, I want to see if they were real. And I said they were real, so I chucked it at him.
Yeah.
And he felt
wow, it was painful.
And then we got kicked out of Walmart. This is back when we were teenagers and stupid.
That was very painful.
Are you guys surprised Hellebuck didn't win the? Yeah, I am. I thought Hellebuck.
Yeah, I thought he would have too.
I do agree about him too. The one Stavkovsky.
Great question. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I thought Hellebuck, the whole tournament looked really good, and the gold medal game. It's kind of like giving it to McDavid was kind of like when the NHL gave him to Conn Smythe when he lost. I don't know. I think it's hard to give the team that wins silver the gold, the player of the tournament unless they like. I don't know. Had like.
I don't think Connor Harbuck's too upset about it though.
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
I think he's just dancing with a medal. But the problem is,
I do think he really deserved it though.
I do as well.
Jeremy Swayman, the one game he played, he got distracted by a television screen. I think Connor Harbuck really kept this team America.
I don't know if if you heard that, Adam, but they asked him about the goal he let in from center ice, and he legitimately said the TVs distracted him.
I know, I did see that.
I couldn't stop laughing. It's a good thing he doesn't work in TV. Can you imagine? He'd see all the screens and just be like,
oh yeah.
Poor Boston. But yeah, and you know, Key makes a good point about the Olympics as a whole. This has been a great Olympics. The curling's been really
exciting. Fascinating. The Olympics are given A as well.
Exciting. Skiers had to ski through
Damn
snow.
it, Dan, it's not letter grade.
Okay, I'll give it 12. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought Italy did shout out to Italy. They did a great job hosting this year. All the volunteers at the Olympics, all the government officials working it, all the people working in village. I mean, they did a phenomenal job.
Anytime where there's sliding sports is always a high rating. True. Luge is entertaining as well. I do agree with you, Key. Do you guys know there's a player from the Hamilton Tiger Cats who's on the Team Canada Luge team?
I did know that.
Yes, I did know that.
Well, now you know again. McKinnon's reaction to receiving a stuffed animal. Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah.
He's looking at it like,
give it the quiet with that night because we lost.
Nate doesn't like fun.
No, he doesn't. He hates fun.
He's all serious.
These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. You know, fun fish, that's why you need at least 4 boots. So, like, when you wrek a pair, again, if you wrek 2 and you only have 1 extra, you're screwed.
So, we talked about the Olympics. We talked about overall Olympics, the game, the grading, the MVP, the surprises, the good guys, blah, blah, blah. We all talked about it. But I'd love the comment about the Leafs deadlines. I know we got a whole episode, but should we quickly talk about that comment?
No.
Yeah, we can talk about it a little bit. I mean, I don't want to, Christopher. I don't want to give away our whole episode because we have a good about hour and a half on the whole Atlantic. But all I'll say about the Leafs,
iHeartRadio, Spotify, will it be on YouTube probably too? YouTube,
yeah,
Facebook?
It'll be out in a couple hours.
Yeah.
I do agree with this. The next couple games, more or less, will sum it up.
Something I want to point out, though, that we did not know about when we recorded that episode, because we recorded an episode a couple of days ago when we were kind of waiting for this Olympic tournament. Fun fact, the Maple Leafs that's going to be different for his trade deadline outcome is Chris Tanev and his Olympic break is skating back on the ice. So as Chris Tanev makes a comeback, that'll be almost like Toronto getting a trade. Also,
let's trade him for Colton Parenko.
No. Also, Also, Dakota Joshua, huge shout out to him. I love this guy. This guy's unfortunately dealt with a lot of health issues, and he just keeps trucking and keeps coming back. I'm so happy the Leafs got him. Same with Chris Tanev. I love these men. And Dakota Joshua is back skating as well. So if you can get both those guys, physical, defensive-minded guys, it's like getting a trade on deadline, right? So that's something that did not get mentioned in the last episode. And Jacobs, I don't want to give everything away, but I'm sure we'll be talking a lot more trade deadline between now and March 6th on our live episodes too. So, we go where the comments go.
Live on trade deadline.
We will definitely do a live show in the morning for deadline. I mean,
yes, me and Jacob have to unfortunately work.
I think we'll be working. Well, it's not confirmed for sure, but I think we're going to have to work. But
Jacob, I joke. I joke. Don't take my comments seriously.
I never take you seriously, Adam. No, you don't, Dan. Drop out. I'm kidding. But when we look ahead to the Leafs schedule, since we're talking about it, you know what? There's
I don't want to be depressed yet.
There's some interesting games coming up.
So we got the Tampa and Leafs Wednesday on the 25th. That's one game. Then right back to back on the 26th. We got the Leafs and Panthers.
Damn it, I work Wednesday.
And then we got Blake.
Adam just retired.
And then the next game on the Saturday, the 28th, with the Leafs and Senators.
First game between the Leafs and the Sens this season.
Yes. And then after that, we got the Leafs and Flyers on Monday, March 2nd. So there's 4 games. I actually think it's more games than I thought. My apologies.
Yes.
The 5th game, so it's 5 games. The Leafs and Devils.
6 games. It's 6.
Look at the Leafs.
And then the Rangers, Leafs and Rangers back to back on the 5th.
So 6.
So we got 6 games. So that's more than I thought. I thought there was only 4 games. So 6 games. We got 12 points here up the grabs.
How many? I'm sick and tired of asking how many wins, because to me, overtime loss is as good as one win. How many points do the Leafs need in that 12 possible? I feel like I'm calling bingo possible. How many 12 points out of those 12? How many points do the Leafs need for you to feel like don't sell?
Oh, 10. Boy, that's a tough question.
I don't 10.
10 to 12. If they get full 10, I'll say 10. I won't go all 12, but 10 for sure.
I have a weird answer for you. I'm going to say 8. And the reason why I say 8 is Tampa's top of the division was 78. We have 63 right now. There's no way the Leafs are going to catch up to that. So if they get 12 out of this, that would bring them up to 75, which would put them in second place. I don't think they need to be as high as second place to be buyers. So if they get 8 points, that will put them at 71 points, and that would put them in fourth place, right where Buffalo is, just a tad behind Montreal and Detroit if they keep on the same rhythm.
We gotta remember, that's the thing too, right? Like, these other teams could also win games at the same time you're winning games.
Well, that's the thing. So I'm just predicting at the same rhythm. Right? I don't know. I can't predict the future.
You have to. You have to beat Ottawa. You got to make sure Ottawa doesn't get any points. 100%. I even say the same thing about Florida, because Florida's only 2 points behind you. I'm going right in the middle of you guys, and I'm saying 9, because I think for 9 points, that puts you right at around that 70, 71. And depending on what the other teams do, that'll really, the only good thing is for Toronto, a lot of their guys are more rested than because they didn't, besides of Matthews, Nylander, OEL, they didn't have a lot of guys in the Olympics.
And Matthews and OEL did land in Toronto yesterday.
Matthews did not land yesterday, Dan. Today.
Sorry. Nylander and OEL landed yesterday because they were not in a medal game. They stayed next day and they left.
And this question we answered on our pre-record. Like I said, it's going to post up very, very soon. It's a great episode. It's so good. It'll make you so excited. Just do with what you will with that energy.
So excited.
And
I just can't stop.
But I think it's going to be interesting to see how Toronto coming out of the break. How's Matthews? How's Nylander? How's OEL? And also, too, maybe things change depending. Do we see any contract extensions that maybe give us an answer? Like if McMahon and Lawton get deals, maybe then it changes the conversation, and then we'll have another show about that. But overall, guys, I do want to say I think the Olympics, though, overall huge success. I thought they were very exciting.
Round of applause and great job for Team Canada getting over 20 medals. Let's see what the final score was.
I think it was like
20, loves to read.
Like that. 21-22, I think.
I know, but I want to know the official.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I say that's what I think it is.
I think it's 22 medals. I want to see 21. So we got 21 medals because Canada won. I think the fact that we got over 20 medals is a huge success. We got 5 gold, which is incredible as well. So I think that puts Canada around 11 or 12 overall. Medal count ranking. There we go. No.
Yes, like no.
Dan's struggling, guys.
Yeah, closing ceremony is at 2:20 for anyone who wants to watch.
Medal ranking, medal count.
Now the medal ranking's weird though, because it doesn't just go by who had the most medals. Like gold medals are worth more than other medals by the ranking.
No,
they just rank it on gold medals.
Oh, no, it's on Sportsnet somewhere. Let's try there.
Also, while Dan's looking that up, I wanted to, I don't have the branding quite ready to go yet, but I do want to let you guys who are watching the live show in on a little surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
Oh, sorry. So I found it. Canada finished 8th overall. So that's huge.
Nice.
So they, between the medal in the hockey and the couple medals of curling, we were 11th place yesterday. So we jumped a couple positions. So 8th spot, Canada. Yeah. So we finished the top 10. I think it's a huge success of Canada.
I would agree with that.
So I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'm crying in my Argo sweater, which I did a lot of that last year because
that's for sure. Holy cow!
Well, yeah. What I wanted to talk to you guys about is for the people who are on with us live. I have some new content coming out. So But you're going to be obviously on the analyst desk here, will be I've been working on a bunch of gaming content for you guys. And within the next week or so, a lot of this gaming content is going to start to drop. So I've been doing a lot of I'm doing some retro sports gaming. I've been doing some
the Twitch account,
rebuilding franchises. I've been doing just some weird games, which I think we
didn't invite any of us.
No,
I didn't even know he was doing it, so no.
I've just been hanging out, playing some awesome games, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy some of the content coming out. So just you guys are aware there is more game, and I know that you guys seem to really enjoy the gaming content. So there is more gaming content coming, and we're hoping to do more of those Sims live as well with Sims in the future. So we have more simulations coming as well to the channel. And you know what, we want to give you guys a big thank you for, sticking with us at the analyst desk. We really do appreciate all your comments, all your passion. And
yeah, when we did the game of the Sim of Canada versus Finland, we almost got 600 views on our Facebook channel of that video game. So thank you everyone for doing all that. And
Key, you know what? I'll just put it this way. You're going to enjoy one of the videos coming up then. So just so you know. I have a lot of fun content coming up. I've had a lot of fun with it. So, but yeah, we're going to have a lot more of that content coming out. I know Dan's working on some new stuff in the background as well with a good friend of his. So just you guys know,
timing's been crazy.
There's always more stuff coming. We just wanted to cover the Olympics as well at the best we could with the time frame that it was in, because the games were at such weird times.
Yeah.
But
and hopefully we did a good job, and hopefully as we go over channel, we can keep doing a better job.
And also to be prepared for another CFL episode coming out very soon. Now that free agency, the dust is pretty much settled. Still only waiting on a couple big names like Micah Allway and William Stanback, who I don't think have signed anywhere as of yet.
This CFL season, I think, is going to be huge for us as we'll cover the full season from start to end with our new current format and everything. So this is super exciting.
Yeah, we covered it last year, but due to certain restrictions, we'll call it, we weren't able to quite do some of the things we wanted to do, and those restrictions are gone. Right. So more things coming.
100%.
Just beware of that. Yes. But I think on that bombshell, I think it's time we wrap up for the day.
I think so.
We have another episode dropping. That episode should probably be out by about an hour. Be out around 2:00. So make sure you stay locked in at the analyst desk for that episode. It's a really good
you can still comment on that, even though it's a pre-record, right? You can put like YouTube comments, Facebook comments.
And just so you guys know, too, on the pre-records, I go back and I do read all the comments. There's a lot of topics I get from TikTok as well when people post the TikTok in there, besides of just telling us that we're big people, because I think Dan and I are already aware.
Oh yes.
But we like our pancakes.
So before we get started, let's start with a Coke Zero.
All right, Doug Ford. But I want to thank the panel for joining me today. Unless there's any more comments that want to trail in towards the end. If not, I'll just call Dan an idiot sandwich, because I think that's fun to do. I'm kidding, Dan. I love you.
I love you too.
You know what? When you're brothers, you're allowed to call each other idiots. I think that's just like...
That's fair game.
It's fair game.
But no one else can call one of us an idiot. Otherwise, we're going to start fighting.
We'll have to call Tom Wilson, because Dan, you and I don't fight.
Wilson!
But I do want to thank everyone for joining us at the Analyst Desk, so every day feels like game day. If you're looking for more Analyst Desk content, make sure to follow us on all our social medias. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook. Of course, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch. We're looking into, I know there was someone asked us about Rumble, so I started to look into that. We're looking to stream at more platforms as well. So make sure you stay locked in. Website's on the way. So just, keep an eye out for us. We're a lot of stuff working in the background. But until next time, I'm Jacob Moore, the sports analyst, joined by Mr. More for Your Money.
Woo!
And the man of many names, but today he is Adam. And until next time, thank you for joining us at the Analyst Desk. Every day feels like game day. And join us in an hour for our awesome pre-record we did. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Dan's not actually